Okay, so I'm actually going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to start with oracle cards for context, and I'm going to do an actual spread. Like if you booked a reading with me, this is a little bit more what it would look like than whenever I do live readings. It has structure to it, and I feel like you get clearer answers that way than when you just kind of ask questions and shuffle till you get a card. I do think that can be effective, right, for short, quick questions, and it's the best way to do it in a live. But I feel like whenever you have something that needs to be looked at in depth, it's best to design a spread or use one that's already been designed. This one is actually from the guidebook from the Starman Tarot, and it's the only spread I've ever gotten from a book and actually like used more than just the once to try it because I like it that much. Okay, perception. So specifically what this spread will look at is what you've been doing and what you have coming up. Immediate past, immediate future. What you need to let go of or stop doing and what you need to do, and a message from your higher self. Okay, this flipped over but didn't quite come out. So this might just be like an extra message or a sign for someone. I'm so in love with this crystal deck, but it's like, it used to be like this thick, but I mail them out all the time with kind of like tarot by mail, and I used to do readings by mail. I mean, I guess I still could, but just not very many people bought them, unless they already knew me. Anyways, because it's not a system, right? It's just a bunch of crystals. It's not like if you take one out, there's something missing from the story and the deck is broken. I'm really hoping that they still make it. You might have anger problems. Okay, so I'm actually going to hold this up in case you want to pause the screen and just read the card. But it's the images I want. When they come out together like that, I take them for the same position. Okay. Y'all are funny today. Six of Pentacles. I'm going to set that to the side since it just flipped and didn't come out. A father figure. So here's what I'm going to give 3 situations, and if you fit one of these 3 scenarios, this reading's for you. Your dad is sick or getting older and you're concerned about his health. There's something there, okay? That's like a stress in the family. And Cups is like fluid. Like this image might be significant in terms of, that doesn't mean, hey, your dad's sick. I'm telling you, this means if your dad is sick and you know about it, the rest of this you can trust. Alternatively, you're stressed out about, I think this is the father of your child. And some type of something that they saw, something you're afraid they saw. Yeah, it could be something they said to you, right? Like the Page of Swords is a message, a messenger. I think it's the father of your child here. Just kind of flipped over. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. It definitely, whatever's been stressing you out, it has to do with a man, an authoritative male figure. So whether that's authority because he's a father or authority because he's in charge of something, this could be, you were too late for something. You were too late turning in a job application. You were late to your interview. You were too late. Too late to the party. You held out on something, right? Like you chose not to accept something. And whatever like the deadline is, it was firm. You might be waiting to find out if there's going to be leeway. But there would be someone in charge, someone that has to make that decision for you. This is really specific. Okay, let me stop my worrying here. Yes, I worry. Okay, what you need to let go of, the Two of Cups. There's a lot here. Temperance in reverse. The High Priestess in reverse. Okay. I would not generally be like, you need to let go of this relationship in a reading and just wait, hang on, because I'm not saying go break up with your partner or break up with any, I don't know yet. But for this to come out upright, I'm getting a couple things. Okay, so this could be somebody that you're close to. And I don't know why this, just the image, I guess. I was like, it could be a drinking buddy. But the Two of Cups is like a good, harmonious relationship. And all this other shit's in reverse. This is upright. So I would like to know more specifically why you need to let this go. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I think I get it. Look at how it's laying on the perception card. It might be that you need to let go of the way that you look at a particular relationship or relationships in general, like the way you look at love and what that's supposed to be. You're not trusting your intuition, and you're not alchemizing energy. This is impatience, imbalance, being ungracious, right? Like ungrateful and just not very graceful in how you go about life and interact with people. And there really could be something about drinking here. Like if that's even on your mind, that's, yes, please stop drinking. Or at least so much, or stop drinking with this person. That I feel like that's for like maybe just one person here, so don't like exit the reading, right? The fact that you have this much anxiety, Eight of Swords anxiety, right? Like what the place you're leaving, you can't trust your intuition when you're in that state of mind. You can't hear it, right? And so those are the times where you really have to like soothe your emotions and move on logic until you learn how to strike that balance and how to soothe yourself whenever you're this emotionally activated, okay? Because there's, yeah, okay. And you also may have like lost your faith. Why am I feeling like you used to believe in angels or guardian angels and now you don't? That kind of lost your faith. Angels are real. Talk to them. You have to ask them for help. The Nine of Cups, okay? If this is something you need to let go of, the only shadow aspect of this card is self-indulgence, overindulgence. Drinking too much, eating too much, gluttony, right? Doing too much of what feels good because it feels good. That's the kind of pleasure this card represents, right? It's like having all of your guilty pleasures, healthy pleasures. It's that kind of joy and happiness, as opposed to the Ten of Cups, which is like complete emotional fulfillment that can't be taken away from you because it's not based on the cups you have in front of you. It's based on all of the cups within you. Okay, so if that gives you perspective on this card, And maybe that's what you think happiness is, or that if you get to the Nine of Cups, that you'll be happy, that that'll be enough. But everything can change in an instant. And so you have to get to a point where you need to be okay regardless of what's going on around you. And then you'll be prepared for anything. That's detachment. It's not pretending you don't give a shit, pretending you don't want things. Okay, so there's too much indulging in like the feely good things. Now for this relationship specifically, let me look at this little cluster that we have here. This is you. It is the way you look at love. Straight up, there's something about the way you look at love. Whether it's a father or a boyfriend, you expect a knight in shining armor to swoop in and be your stability, to tell you what to do, to provide for you, to nurture you and like shower you with love and romance, right? But look at who they're rushing into. Look at how you are here. The Nine of Pentacles. You're about yourself a little bit. That's harsh, but this and look, you are that bitch. I'm not saying you're not, because if you're the Nine of Pentacles, that means that you have cultivated, you would have financial stability. You would have abundance, right? Like even if you're not rich, you would have freedom of movement, that kind of financial stability. You've worked hard to get to this level of independence, but like look at her face. You know what I'm saying? It's like not like unimpressed by anything. Bare minimum. That's what I'm hearing. And maybe you're getting that kind of advice, but this isn't love. This is performance. This is why people can like love bomb you and do all of this stuff, or like go on like for years and you think everything's fine and the whole time it was something else, right? This is how people get one over on you, by performing love to you. And if you don't know what love is, how are you supposed to know the difference between this kind of love and true love, the kind that you're actually wanting? It's just you think that this is what it is. Okay, this is what I get for being like, I'm not gonna do any love readings. Okay, and here's what you need to do. You have the Fool. I know that even though people, like what people see on the outside might be this, right? The Pentacles, it does show a struggle, but it's not like the other cards, right? So I feel like people think you've had an easier life than you've really had. I feel like that's how you feel. And I think you're right. I think that this was not easy for you to get here. And you don't get to this level of strength unless you've been through a lot of pain. It just doesn't happen. So you don't have to keep wondering whether or not you're smart about who you pick, or like you can handle a relationship. I don't know. Hang on. This is striking a balance, right, between being naive and just going all in on shit, and probably this. Remember how I said this is a transition, these cards relate to each other? That's okay. Like you don't have to be this stoic and act like nothing bothers you. But at the same time, like you're smart. You can trust like the experience you have to guide you, right? You're not a child, so you don't have childlike naivety. But unless you go about life, I'm not just talking about in love. Unless you go about life with the same everybody's had bad experiences. Okay? Bottom line. So you get to choose. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to make every experience bad by being in this Eight of Swords, anxiety, fear, pissed off mindset that is keeping you stuck? Or do you want to be happy? That's what the sun, this is happy. This is joy. This is true happiness. This is the kind of happiness that babies have before they know anything about anything. And that giggle is just so pure. You can't experience this until you make room for it. There's no room for anything else. Because you're so worried that something's going to come along and take your pinnacles, that you haven't even considered the fact that something might come along and add to your pinnacles. Maybe instead of a 9 of Pentacles, you could be an 11 of Pentacles. A Queen of Pentacles. But not until you open yourself up to new experiences. You did it, but let go of the extra shit. Okay. Message from your higher self. That could specifically be a divorce. You know what it is? Your guides, your higher self, they're trying to break down all of your fundamental beliefs. I mean, the shit that you didn't even know was a belief because you believed it for so long, you thought it was a fact. You thought it was the truth, right? Kind of like the atom being the smallest thing there is, and then, oh, oops, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is a complete crumble. That's destruction. And it's no wonder you feel that way. They're trying to bring you clarity. Okay, that's what's happening here. I know this is such a mess. Look at how this is a message from your higher self, right? They can't learn the lesson for you. They can only try to like influence your energy, make things happen for you. They're trying to bring clarity to your confusion. So that you know where to invest your energy, so that you know which jobs make sense, so that you know which relationships make sense, so that you know which beliefs are helping you grow your pinnacles and which beliefs are helping you stay where you are. And if you stay where you are, you're an organic body that's essentially going to break down over time. You know what I'm saying? Stagnant. That's what the Two of Swords is. Stagnant. Okay. I feel like we had a couple storylines going, right? So I want to put this in context a little bit. Six of Pentacles is reciprocal energy. Could be repaying a loan, getting a loan paid back to you. This is having enough to share, but also, again, it's, yeah, it can be a gift, but it can also be loans. Like what you give comes back to you. Okay. The person who is stressed out about their father, something going on with their father, if that was for you. I guess it could have been a message you got from your father and not his health. But there's heartbreak associated with it. That's the thing that was like sent down to you, right? Like that's, you were supposed to have this trigger for your growth. I'm not minimizing your pain. Okay, the person who's concerned about what the father of their child saw, the Lovers. It might feel rough right now, but for some reason, whatever it is you're stressed about when it has to do with the father of your child, this is going to bring things back into balance and healing. There's multiple cards of balance and release. There's hardship, but it's not rock bottom hardship. And then the last one was about a deadline. Let's see. Keep a cool head about it. Okay? This could be, like, if this anger stuff resonated with you, if you have trouble controlling your communication when you're angry, make sure you pause. Do not react, whatever this is. This is trying to break you free from something that's been holding you back in terms of your anger. But this can also be if you have a fear of communication, like if you put off and procrastinate on emails, or maybe I guess it could be the other, like overboard. Don't do that. Make sure you stay in communication, whatever this thing is. Yeah, that's all. Okay, guys. Let me know. Tell me all the things.